Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Sunday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early, man. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. It is actually 1:45 a.m. I cannot believe I'm up this early. This is the night that we flipped the clocks. We spring ahead 1 hour, and I set my clocks yesterday before I went to bed. So I'm up extra early, and the clocks haven't officially turned here in Connecticut until 2 a.m. So it's officially still like 1:45 a.m. here. I can't believe I'm up this early. I got something very important that I want to talk about this morning. This has been bothering me since Trump took office. His dishonesty, his disingenuous, his whole spiel about these tariffs in Canada and Mexico, especially Canada, and the whole reason he's doing this and what's happening and the truth of the matter. All right. The reason he says he's doing these tariffs is because of the trafficking, the human trafficking, and the fentanyl and the drugs and people coming through the borders in Canada and Mexico, right? That is the explanation for these tariffs that are going to crash our economy, that are already taking effect. This back and forth between yes, I have tariffs, I have 25% against Canada. No, I don't. Yes, I do. No, I don't. And this instability is already causing problems with our economy. All right. And the truth of the matter is that I don't know why he's doing this. Okay, I saw pictures this morning, I'll have links down below, where Dana White is welcoming the Tate brothers to Florida. They arrived in Florida about 10 or 11 days ago from today. On February, I think it was February 27th, February 28th, they landed in Florida from Romania. And they actually said this. Andrew Tate actually said this. He said that now that Trump is president, the good old days are back. The Tates will soon be released, and the good old days are back. So he saw this coming. And the rumors are, the unofficial word is that the Trump administration pressured Romania to release the Tate brothers. The Tate brothers are arrested for trafficking, crimes against women, all sorts of things I can't even mention on this monetized channel. And they've been released. They are, so far as I can understand, they're accused. But if you've ever saw Andrew Tate or his brother talk, there's at least very little doubt. They certainly don't like women. They certainly don't have any respect for women. And the stuff they're accused of, I could certainly understand that they're actually guilty of. Okay, so here's the thing. If the tariffs are against Canada and Mexico for trafficking, why is he allowing people arrested for human trafficking into the United States, like the Tate brothers? You know, obviously, I don't think he's serious about that. I don't think he gives a flying fuck about trafficking or any of that. I just think I think it's a whole ego trip for him with these tariffs. Now, let me get to the thing that really ticks me off more than anything. I've been clean and sober since October 23rd of 2006. I've been clean and sober for over 18 years. 18 years, 4 months, and going on a little over 2 weeks. Okay? And I was in and out of detoxes 13, 14 times. Nothing was working for me. I was at the end of my rope. I was praying for death. I would get up and do the same thing, use all day, lie, cheat, and steal, and nothing was working for me. I was trying to get help, and nothing was working. I would use the moment I walked out of the recovery center. Within hours, I was using it again, and nothing was working, and I completely lost hope. Seriously, I wanted to die. And I took an off chance. The doctor had been suggesting that I try methadone. So as a last-ditch effort, I brought the note from the doctor, I brought it to the methadone clinic, and I started going there. And about 2 weeks into it, I had this moment of clarity, this moment where I didn't feel the craving anymore. This is the truth. For the first time in my entire life, I felt normal. I felt like I didn't need to change how I felt. I didn't have that craving to change the way I feel. For the first time ever in my life, I felt normal. That's the truth. Okay. So Trump says this is all about, because he claims that, you know, Mexicans are poisoning, South Americans, Mexicans, Central Americans are poisoning the United States, poisoning the good citizens of the United States. And that's not the truth at all. Where there's a demand, there's a supply. And there's plenty of Americans like I was, waving around money, begging to buy the drugs they want. If there wasn't addiction, there wouldn't be drugs coming into this country. That is the big problem. So I don't believe Trump is interested in fentanyl or addiction or any of that at all. I believe this is just a racial thing against brown people, against Mexicans. That's what I honestly believe. I believe he's using addiction, he's using trafficking, and he's using fentanyl as for his own political rhetoric. And here's the thing: with cuts to Medicare and all his cuts in the government, there's a clinic that I got sober in is about 5 miles from here, and it is a nonprofit, and I'm sure they received some Medicare help and some funding. And I think to myself, with his cuts and Elon Musk's cuts to the government, this place and the people that go there stand very little chance of staying open, of serving the public, of getting the chance that I got. So he claims that all these tariffs are about, saving Americans from addiction, from fentanyl, from opioid addiction. But yet that's not, he's talking the talk, but he's not walking the walk. What he's doing is directly right now directly hurting people that want to get into recovery. These cuts are directly hurting places that provide naloxone, that provide help prevention against overdose. I'll have links down below. I believe that all this about trafficking, because letting the Tates back in the country, if he's so against trafficking, why would he possibly let the Tates back in the country? Why is his good buddy Dana White welcoming the Tristan and Andrew with open arms? They are pretty much, they're misogynists. They hate women. They're convicted of all these crimes, and they're being welcomed back in Florida, back in the Trump circle with open arms. So don't tell me that these tariffs are to prevent trafficking and to prevent opioids to come to this country, because that's a load of bullshit. I'll be back later with another video. Have a good Sunday.